We'll start now. Okay. So we have been discussing, different strategies yesterday. So we spoke about manual, general, addition to stock, empty. Then today we are just going to cover last few strategies: the fixed bin, near fixed bin, bulk storage, and pallet. First, we'll understand what are fixed bin strategies. So as the name suggests, fixed bin. So basically what we do for a product in fixed bin, we assign a bin and that bin is fixed for that product. So every time whenever a product comes into that bin, whenever the product comes into that storage type, it is always going to get placed into that bin. So here 8005 is a fixed bin. Okay, so we can see for the nuts, hexagonal nuts, 8005 is the storage. So what we'll do is for the product hexagonal nut T300, we'll assign a fixed bin in 8005 and we'll test that when we do a put away, it always goes into that bin. Okay. So I'll just assign a fixed bin and maintain the indicator for that product. Okay, so the transaction to first what we are going to do is just going to show you that this product, which is T-T 300, which we are going to take now, it's going to go into storage type 8005. So you see the indicator here. So accordingly it will go into 8005 storage type. But in 8005 it has to go and look for a bin. Okay. So we are going to maintain that bin in a transaction called bin match. So this bin match transaction, what we are going to do is just go inside. So we'll change mode. Since we have already placed some stock in 8005, you can see fixed bin is assigned to it. We are not looking for any other product. We just want to go for TST. Storage type is 8005. Oh, sorry, storage bin is not that one. Okay, and we can take any bin in 8005 for assigning a fixed bin. Let's take 46B. Okay, so when we place the stock or remove, we will see always the product is being taking that bin only. So what is the maximum quantity you can store here? Let me say 10. What is the minimum? Sorry, maximum is 100. Minimum is 10. So we're going to use this again, during our uh, replenishment process as well. Okay. So it's done now. So we'll create a purchase order now in ECC, and then we'll try to do a group receipt. So we will see that this product is going in the bin 46B. So T-T300, you can see it's coming from vendor, this one. So I'll create a purchase order accordingly. Let me take 50 pieces. So here I save my purchase order. Then I'll create a delivery. So by the time we create a delivery, I'll just open SPRO to show you, what controls whether a fixed business strategies is working or not. I'm sure I did mention confirmation control key, somehow didn't get saved. So for working with fixed pin, again we don't need to do any other additional configuration. Whatever configuration is required will be carried out here in storage type. So if you copy your storage type, see if you copy 0050 storage type, you'll get it like this. And this is used fixed pin. If you set this, then the fixed pin strategy will work. Okay. So we'll see now, how it works now. This is the delivery. Okay, and yesterday, we were facing issue with the PPF. I've stopped it. So we can now see, task created manually. Now when I go and create a task, so you can see now it should go into that bin we had searched. Okay, I think white did not find a bin. We'll see here. So it is finding PUTW root. think I need to, I missed a config here. For 8005 control indicator, it is still searching the UTW rule. So strategy, storage type search. So for my warehouse, this config is only the for there is you have to copy it for others. How many storage type I have? Hmm. 806 until 803. I'll copy this. I think I missed this config. 8001 indicator. Should put it into 8001. 1010 8002 004 5 6. So just making some setting here. So 2 4 5 6. Now when the indicator is 8005, it will look into 8005. Search it. Again, now we'll test it. So it's going into 8005, but it's not going into bin that we have maintained. I think it's going to some other bin. Oh god, I think the entry that we maintained for our product has not been saved for some 8. Not sure, I don't see the entry. I'll maintain it again. VN 8000. So we were putting it into 8005 dash 4 dash B, sorry, 4 dash 2 dash B. Okay. 8005 and T dash T 300. And maximum is 100 pieces. And yes, 10 pieces. Looks like it is saved now. Let me check again. T dash T 300. It's there now, and it's going to Putaway. Okay, so I'll just cancel this task and try to create a new task. So you can see it's going into that fixed bin, Putaway. So that's the fixed bin strategy for you, and you can see that it's trying to go to 8005 and determining fixed bin, and then it found a bin and it's trying to place a stop there. Okay, So this is how the fixed bin works, pretty straightforward. Then I think yesterday we were trying out something, maybe bit related to the Euro palette thing, but due to the task creation we were not able to take it up.
Yeah, hi Ross.
Task was automatically completed. Yeah, yeah.
If you have
Hi.
regarding the fixed bin, if you have multiple bins like 100 or 1000, so we have to maintain that same as you maintain this is bin maintain transaction, because in real time
Yeah.
we have
So
more
there are
thousand of
hundreds of,
bins.
so the idea of a fixed bin is you have hundred and thousands of bins, so you are not going to maintain 10 bins or 15. You can maintain, but ideally the recommendation is to, you will maintain one bin per product, isn't it? Let's say the the idea of fixed bin is, let's say this is a storage type from where you into where you place it and you remove it from there because it's easily accessible. Okay, so if we take a storage type 8005, it may be like just one rack over here. So why it's here? Because it is easily accessible to production. Okay, so it reduces the time to supply to production. So what you're going to do, you're going to store bulk of your material here and few pieces you will maintain in the fixed bins here. So when the person comes for picking for line, he'll only pick from here. He doesn't have to go all the way from here, open the pallet and take it from here to here. I mean, ideally one product will have just one fixed bin here. So these nuts and bolts, they will always be kept in one bin. So the person who needs on the line, he simply come and pick from there, just one bin. So if what we'll say, if the fixed bin, it's a big bin, so it can store a lot of quantity, depending on your product requirements. So nuts and bolts doesn't require much of a space, so we won't face that issue. But if in case you feel that there will be some capacity issue, so you can assign capacity to it, and then once that is full, it will look for the next fixed bin. Okay?
So
But
there is,
ideally, we have one bin per product in fixed storage.
so there is no other another way to create multiple bins and maintain that into fixed bin. There is no another way.
No, in the same transaction, you go and maintain your fixed bin. Now you have maintained one, maintain a second one also there.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. So, okay, so coming back to, I think we were trying to do a Euro palette movement yesterday. So we wanted to see how the Euro pallets are placed. So I just pack this product into Euro pallets now. So I have cancelled the PPF, so now after task cancellation, I should not create another task. Just packing the product into Euro palette just to save time. So let's say this product, it comes into Euro palette. So our strategy was Euro palette should go into P002 kind of bins. Okay. So here I go, warehouse task, create. So you can see now it's going to A level, which is the lower level bins. And if you look at the bins, this bin, then it's kind of a P002 height 2 meters. Okay. So this is a test of what we maintained yesterday for Euro pallet. We could test it for carton, but we couldn't test it for Euro pallet yesterday. Okay. Then, okay, so just coming back again to strategies, all the strategies we have just discussed, you don't need to do any additional configuration. Whatever configurations you do, they come from your storage type. So you copy that kind of storage type and that kind of strategy going active. Okay. So now the next strategies that we are going to discuss, they require one or two additional configuration. So you can see those configuration here. Okay, for pallet bulk near fixed bin. So I'll explain you the concept and then we'll revisit those configurations. So the first one is near fixed bin. Okay, so near fixed bin strategy is you are not storing the product in fixed bin. Okay, but you're storing near to that fixed bin. Okay, so let's say for example 8005, it's a fixed bin storage. So what we can do is, let's say for example in our warehouse we have, this is a racking. Okay, so this is 8001 and this is, let's say, 8005. 8005 is near to the line. So what we'll do is we'll put, let's say this is a bin for product T-T300. Okay, so what we'll do is we say the capacity is 100. Okay, so what we'll do, we'll say that okay, whatever product T-300, let's say, I'm just assuming an example where we say that whenever T-300 comes into bigger pallets, let it be stored into 8003. So what we do is, if I receive this product in bigger pallets, so more than 100, okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to place it somewhere in this storage type. Okay, let's say I received 1000 pieces, so I'm just going to keep it in this storage type, 1000 pieces. As soon as the stock for this in the fixed bin gets reduced to 0, I'm going to replenish it from here to here. I'm going to move this HU from one HU from here to here, and again it becomes 100. So this is a replenishment process which we are going to see in internal warehouse processing. But the idea here is that this is your fixed bin. Okay, so you want your stock to be placed near to your fixed bin. Okay, so if this is here, pallet is here, then this is the fixed bin. So the pallet which comes 1000 pieces should not be stored here or in the corner. It should ideally be stored, somewhere like this. These 1000 pieces should be stored somewhere close to the storage type. Like first one should be stored here, second one should be stored here, third one should be stored here. So that it's easy to replenish also, right? So let's say we take 4. So it's easy to replenish from here to here. Correct? So basically what we are saying here is put away should happen in near fixed bin and stock removal should happen from fixed bin. So let's say this is the example which we saw before is simple. We do put away into fixed bin, that is okay, that is different. But now when the product comes in, you don't want to put it in fixed bin, you want to put it into near fixed bin. Okay, you want to put it here, and you want to pick from this fixed bin for line, and you replenish stock from here to here. Okay, so this is one kind of setup that we can have. I'll explain you another kind of setup that is very common in industries, yeah, for fixed bin.
So, Rohan, this is Shilpa here. I have a quick question.
Yes, Shilpa?
So, is the replenishment an auto replenishment or is it a manual?
I mean, we haven't gone into replenishment. It can be auto or it can be manual. So
Okay.
depending on how we set it up, we can set it up using batch job, or we can make it as automatic to run in background. It all depends on us.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. So in internal processing, we set those up. So another example of near fixed pin that we generally see is like this. It says this is 8003 and 8005. I mean, this is more easily understandable, because let's say these are the bins. These pins belongs to 8005. So your bottom two level from where the stock is easy to remove. Okay, so those two levels are generally your fixed bin. Okay, so what you're going to do is whenever the stock comes into, let's say a pal of, I will send a fixed bin here for a particular product. So whenever I receive inbound, so what system will do, it's not going to place it here directly, but I have a near fixed bin strategy. It will put here, okay, and then second pallet here, third pallet here, fourth pallet here. So it will keep on collecting the stock just near to that bin. Okay, so as near as possible. Why? Because when the stock here becomes zero, okay, then you can quickly take one pallet and place it here. So it's easy for replenishment process. Okay, so near fixed bin, it's required for a replenishment kind of scenario, and also when you want to streamline your picking process. Basically, here you are always picking from fixed bin. Okay, you're always picking from fixed bin, and once you pick and supply to your production, your stock becomes zero over here. Okay, then you have to take a pallet. As soon as it becomes zero, the people from line, they will not look at your stock here. There will be, people from line will always pick from these bins which are easily accessible. They can see them, but there will be a separate set of people who will always always make sure that the stock is already always there in these bins. So we have a replenishment, what that replenishment will do, as soon as the stock becomes less than 10, it is going to pull one HU from here and create a task to move it here. So there are people, who are into replenishment who will simply, you know, take all the tasks and keep moving the stock and make sure these bins are always having stock. Because the person from line, he's not going to, come here and pick, he's only going to pick from here. So you can take an example of a retail store. They have a lot of stuff stored in their storage area or their small warehouse that they have for retail stores. But for display, they keep only some parts, yeah, some few samples. And once they are purchased or the quantity becomes less, he brings them from their background storage or from some warehouse, nearby warehouse, and he's keeping it. The same kind of strategy is used, but here our need for keeping it here is because it's easy to supply to line, because they are at the ground level, or maybe like in our case they are very close to the production, so less time for people to go around and bring from the bigger sections. Okay. So for near fixed bin, we need to say how we are going to do near fixed bin. So we say that a storage type is 8005. Okay, then the reference storage type should be Where it will be searching will be 8003. Okay. And then let us quickly see 8003. Oh, sorry, 080. We will have to create a new storage type for that. So I don't think 8003 has near fixed-bin strategy. See, it does not have any relation stock. So it does not have near fixed-bin strategy. So let's say for see, this is a standard storage type which has near fixed bin. So for near fixed bin, this indicator should be set 1 near to fixed bin. So we'll set a separate storage type maybe later when we are doing replenishment, and try to put away stock in near fixed bin. So near fixed bin, if you are creating copy 0880 and we are 8003, we cannot use it because it's basically copy of 0030, which is general storage. So we are using it as a general storage. Okay, for near fixed bin, if we are using 8003, we have to set that indicator 1, then it can be used. So we just change here, or maybe I'll just say is 805 near fixed bin, keep the standard one only. Okay. So this is how your near fixed bin works. It's basically, don't put in near fixed bin, but look near to fixed bin where you can keep it. Okay. Then let's come to the next one, which is bulk storage and pallet storage. So these two strategies are, are basically used for your um, handling units only. Okay, so working with these two strategies, you necessarily need to have handling units. I'll first explain you how a bulk works. So we have a bulk storage here for 8004. Okay, for our final good storage. So we'll see how the bulk works, and then we'll create some bulk there, bulk entry. So the bulk works like this. So what you can imagine is you have bins like this. Okay, this is one bin. So a bulk storage, a bulk kind of storage. Let's say this is kind of one bin for you, entire one, and you store handling units in them. Okay, so let's say bin 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so you have 6 bins here. So what you are going to do is you are going to decide how many pallets you are going to store. Okay, so how many pallets, these are rows, so how many pallets you are going to store in one as a row. Okay, this is 1. Let's say I want to store 3, 4, 5. Okay. Let's say 6. So let's say I can store here 5 euro pallets. Okay, so this bulk means they are stored, it's you can imagine this as a big passage. So these are stored into the passage, and then you pile up stock over this. So if you see from side view, it will be like this. There will be stock over this also. 2 level, 3 level. Okay, so you keep your stock like this, and then you pile above it. sometimes what you can do is, because of your weight, you might not pile exactly, like this. You will pile it kind of something like this, so that your weight is properly balanced. So, sorry. You might pile it like this, so that your weight is equally distributed. So you might pile it something like this, or maybe up also you can make only two. Let's say we keep it three only. So for proper weight distribution. So these are bulky pallets, big weights, occupying a lot of space. So you can store them like this. Which in one bin you can store, let's say, 3, 4, 5, and 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14 pallets you can store. Okay, and how many? So basically, what we do here is we say, for whenever Euro pallet, so this is the bin of type B001. So now we know what a bin type is. So bin type is based on the length, and how many, based on the length and width we define a bin type. These all are bins of bin type B001. Okay. So for our pump, we are going to say, whenever it comes in Euro pallets, so mostly we are going to receive it in Euro pallet. Okay. So what you are going to say is, whenever the pump comes in Euro pallet, so Euro pallet means E1. Okay. Bin type, and if it is going into bin type B001, how many rows I can have? I will have 6 rows. Okay. How much height? I'll put height as 3. So I can store 6 into 3, 18, but I will say, because of weight, don't store more than number of HUs. Don't store more than 14. That's the maximum number of HUs I can store in a bin. Okay. So let's say tomorrow for example, let's say it comes into cartons. Okay. So in that case, I'll do something like this. I'll say if it comes into carton C1, so I can store 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay, into B001, I can store 13 in one row. Okay, and so this is purely HU, right? We are not looking at how many carton will store. Let's say carton stores 1 pump, but Euro pallet stores 4 pump. Okay, so we are not looking at what product it stores. It's simply handling unit based. And let's say go for height 2. Okay, because height is more in, let's say, carton. So I'll say maximum it can store 13 to the 26, but I'll say for managing weight, just make sure you keeps 22. So this kind of structure we can make. This is called as bulk structure, and then we can have let's say this is structure. We have HU type, bin type, row, height, number of HUs. We can also influence this based on product. Let's say if B1, so we have a bulk indicator which is in the product master. Okay, so what this bulk indicator does, so what we are going to do is we are going to say, if the bulk indicator is 1, that means product 1, if it is coming, then follow this. But if product 2 is coming, which is light in weight, okay, then we don't need to consider weight issues. We store complete number of HUs. So you can have a different structure based on products, and this bulk indicator you can maintain in your product master. So when your product 2 comes, which has a bulk indicator 2, this structure will be considered when this structure will be considered. So you can have a different row, different height as well. So when your product 1 comes, this is considered. Okay. So if you see, I mean, this is the exact table I'm going to maintain now in config. So if we see the storage type, which is 8004, so it has bulk storage, and you can see the behavior here. It is either bulk or pallet, otherwise it is standard. Here saying it's bulk. So as soon as you say it's bulk, then you have to, okay, then again you go one more point in bulk, you need to make sure is HU requirement is mandatory here. Okay, because that's where we use handling units only. So next, then we come here and we define a bulk storage indicator so that we can maintain the product. We just have one product, so we are not going to create an indicator. And then what we are going to do is we are going to define a bulk structure. The same thing I'm going to copy paste it here. Warehouse WHAT bin storage type 8005. Okay, HU type, the bin type is B001. I hope we have bins of type B001 in 8004. These are all B001. So these are all one type of bins. If we have some more dimensions like a bigger wide bins, we can get B002 and so on. So we understood that using our strategy on HU type. So here B001, when we are getting in Euro palette, you are not using bulk storage indicator. We are saying store 6 and height 3, don't exceed more than 40. Okay. Same way we are saying WHET, whenever we are going to place it into B001, if it comes in cartons, C1 allow 13, 2 and 22. Okay, so this is the bulk structure. So when we are receiving our pump from our production, we will see that it is going into this bulk storage, and we'll test that during that particular period. We get a handling unit, production study, we do a putaway. So I mean, if you want, over the weekend you can try this out by, you can just create a stock of the pump, and let's say create an inbound delivery for a pump, or you can set this. You can try to create a inbound delivery for a pump from a vendor. Okay. Ideally, you will not be receiving it from vendor because. Okay, what you can do is use the 501 movement type. 50 movement is good receipt without reference. Okay, we can receive it from vendor. So do a 501, you will create inbound delivery in EWM and try to put away. Then you will see it is going into 8004, and in one bin you will see more than one HU getting stored. Okay, and maximum number of HUs you can store is, let's say, 14 or 22, whatever you have mentioned based on a type of bins. Okay, so that also you can try. So let us go now to our next strategy, which is kind of similar to bulk, but what it does is it simply pallet storage. What it does is it's storing of pallets in racking. Okay, so let me draw some racking for you. Let's say this is one rack. Okay, so basically, so you have rackings, right? Aisle, stack, and level that we have discussed so many times. So this strategy is used when you store handling rates in racking. Okay. So let's say this is one stack. So I'm just going to draw this to show you a racking, that we generally see. So this is racking from the top view. Okay, and if you see it from the side view, it will be like this, some 4-5 levels. So it could be like many levels on a body. Let's say it's up to 500. So this is racking from, let's say, side view. Okay. Let's top view. Or let's say front view. So in front we can see like this. First track is like this, and if you see from side, it's like this. Okay, so this is one aisle. Okay. Okay, this is one aisle. Okay, let's say similar aisles will have a lot of aisles, yeah, one behind the other. So this is from the front. So you see like this. You will place product here, and behind it is 5 deep, or it's like let's say it is just for ease of understanding. Let's keep it as 1D or 2D at most. Okay, so I'm just showing you a typical arrangement that we'll have in this strategy. So this is the front view of an aisle. You see product stored in this aisle. Okay, then what we say here is okay, so 8006 is pallet. So what we are going to say here is whenever the product comes in Euro pallet, okay, in this racking, I will store how many Euro pallets? Let's say I will store only 1 Euro pallet from this one bin. So these are two bins behind the other. Okay, so this bin is from the front side. You can take and remove. This bin is from the back side. You can put and remove. So I mean, I'll just consider one here. The same logic will apply to the bin which is on the back side. Okay. So let's say in one bin I can store only 1 Euro pallet, one HU. Okay. So but when I get cartons, I can store 4 cartons here. Same bin, when I get wire baskets, I can store 6 wire baskets. Okay. So what we do here is, in a particular bin, okay, we are defining how many pallets we can store of a particular kind. Okay. So in the pallet strategy, if you have activated in the storage type, you have selected pallets. So uh, if in one bin you have placed a pallet, in that bin you can only place that kind of pallets. If I have placed one wire basket here, I can only place wire baskets in that bin. So how many wire baskets? 6 wire baskets. So first I'll put, if my product comes into wire basket, I place one wire basket there. Then when the next pallet comes, I'm going to put another wire basket. My system will tell me to put it here in the same storage type. Okay, and again until I end up placing 6 here. Okay. Similarly, when a pallet comes, so one rule C1 I will only showing 4. So the rule here is in one bin you can store one kind of pallet only. So it will not be a combination like C1 in this bin you can store C1 also, WB also. So when the pallets are coming, based on the pallet types, we are going to store just one kind of pallet. So if I have one C1 left here or two C1s left here, it's half filled, system is not going to allow me place WB or place E1. So the system controls that and it finds which bin, which kind of pallet is stored, and it will only allow to store that kind of pallet in that bin only to the maximum number. Okay, so what we are going to do here is we are going to say if pallet is E1, okay, and the bin type is P001, how many I can store? Just one. So then pallet is C1, bin is again P00. See, I'm not changing the bin type. This is one bin type where I can store 4C1. Let's say there are another aisles in the same storage type where I can where the bins are even bigger. So this will be P2 kind of bin, okay, where you can store 6C1, 2 E2s. So I'm just keeping the bin dimension same. Okay, so E1 and C1 if it comes. So if C1 comes, how many I will store? 4. And if WB comes, how many I will store? 6. Okay, is it clear? So if you're talking about pallet strategy, it's nothing but HUs on your racking. Okay, then when you are trying to place stock in this storage type, what you're going to do is you're going to divide these bins into section. So let's say the bin number here is 8003, sorry, 8006, okay, dash 4 dash B dash C. Okay, let's say this is the bin number here. So when you place stock, this bin basically gets divided into 4 sections. Okay, so when you place the first HU, this bin will become like this. Sorry. So this bin will become something like this. This bin will be divided into 4 sections. 1, when the first HU gets placed, so bin will be stored into that bin, that product HU, we will see it is going into 1. So that's the first HU which is going in. Then when the second HU comes, you can see the put away is happening to section 2, 3. So what system does is internally divides, based on the number. So I mean, I'm just giving you what you can, giving you an example what you can see when you're placing stock into pallet strategy. You can see them going into section 1, section 2, section 3, section 4. Here it will, you can see section 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it internally divides it into different sections. Okay. So you don't have to create bin with this name. Just create bin in this way, this name. Automatically the background system divides it into section based on the number of HUs you can store. So there are two rules. One, only same kind of HU can be stored into one bin. The same rule applies to bulk storage also. Okay. Second rule is it divides it into different sections based on the section that you. So it will divide into 4 sections. If you are bringing C1 pallet into P001 kind of bin, it will divide into 6 sections. If you're bringing into WB kind of pallet into P00 bin, 1 bin. So this section name you can either choose if you want to have A, B, C, D, or you want to have 1, 2, 3, 4 sectioning. It all depends on your config, how you want to give a name. But yeah, it's going to divide it into sections. Yeah. So let us make this config now for our storage type. So we define sections here. So we have 3 kind of sections. So first let me delete the existing entries. Then we'll fix section 00. So we have palette strategy in which storage type for us. 8006. Okay. So what we are going to do is, first we'll say what kind of sections we want. So let's say we'll give a name ABCD. I think that's that, or let's say let us give us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. So we are going to have 3 kind of sections. What we are going to say is whenever the stock comes into 8006, okay, this is section 1 means divided into just 1 and give a number /1. Okay. 8006 means, so we are having 3 kinds of divisions where we are saying make it 2. Section 2 means it is divided into 4, 1/2/3/4. Then third section division means it is divided into 6. So for okay, or we, so for um, so for Euro palette I'm going to assign section 1. For cartons I'm going to assign section 2, and for wire basket I'm going to assign section 3. Okay, so there we have a division of 6. Okay, let me save it. I want to change this to 8006. Okay. Then next config is this one, where we say, okay, whenever we are receiving stock in WH80, storage type is 8006, bin type is P001, HU type is E1, and we want it to be divided into section 1. Section 1 means just 1 bin, 1 HU. 80, if we are getting it in P001, if you are getting it in C1, your cartons, then 4, sorry, 2. The name is 2, but it's divided into 4. WH80 8006 P001. And what is the bin type for HV type for wire basket? It is W1, I guess. File store 3. 3 means 6 sections, 6 divisions it will make. So this is the way we will configure this, and and whenever we'll try to put away HUs of a particular type, those many kind of sections will be created here. Okay, so we'll stop here today, and over the weekend, please try to read, maybe in this or the book I have shared or SAP Help, some more details about this. Try to visit these configurations that we have done. Try to understand the background of each of the strategies. These same strategies are also in WM, but slightly different to where they are configured here. So just read a lot of stuff about the strategies. Each strategy has a lot of, if you just simply Google help also while you're in office when you find time, just read about each of this kind of strategy. Very interesting, and probably a decision which you have to make when you are implementing, depending on your storage, what kind of strategy you want to activate. Okay. Sometimes it is not straightforward. You don't match the exact strategy to your client requirement, but in the strategies also you have to implement some bodies or do some changes to map your client requirements. Okay, but what I have just explained you is these are the standard ones which are provided by SAP, standard behavior which SAP has configured in their basic package or basic solution that they give us. But yeah, definitely these can be tweaked and changed in between as and when we want to map it based on client's requirement. Okay. So any questions for what we discussed? We discussed 4 strategies today: fixed, near fixed bin, bulk, and pallet. So any questions? Anything that looks unclear? Okay, then if no questions, then shall we end the session for today?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Alright. So over the weekend, if you get anything, just write to me.
Sure.
We can arrange a call.
Thank you, though.
Okay.
Thanks,
Thank you.
Shobhan.
Bye.